considered two sports celebrities who are friends and have been photographed several times together at events. John Cena and Cristiano Ronaldo are two powerful men who have earned a lot of money in different ways throughout their careers. Not to mention the fact that they both own multi-million-dollar mansions and have dozens of cars in their garages. But can you tell which of these athletes has the most luxurious life? In today's video, you'll see a heated battle between Cristiano Ronaldo and John Cena. Both athletes spare no expense on fancy places to live, but which one lives in the most impressive property? John Cena, for example, at the time he was engaged to wrestler Nikki Bella. She ended up showing a bit of the couple's residence on her YouTube channel, where it was possible to get to know a bit more of the WWE star's home. It was possible to see that the mansion has a decor full of objects that show a little of Cena's personality, such as a picture frame with dozens of Nintendo games, and another frame with the album of his favorite artists, and even a piano that he seems to know how to play quite well. One of the rooms that they showed most was the double bedroom, the most exclusive room in the house, which seems to be very comfortable and cozy. The place has a very refined decoration, having, for example, a huge fireplace, many decorative pictures and even mirrors on the ceiling combined with plaster frames. Going into the bathroom, we can see that it is even more sophisticated, with a white color palette composed by coatings on the walls that look like marble. There's no shortage of space in this bathroom, ideal for the muscle giant ready himself in comfort and luxury. However, the external area is undoubtedly one of the places that stands out the most in the estate. This is because there is an incredible swimming pool, equipped with a stone waterfall and surrounded by plants. John Cena has managed to create an exotic and very functional outdoor area, even featuring a slide for when he wants to have fun. On sunnier days, the fighter will most likely prefer to gather his friends and have some fun while cooling off in this beautiful pool. And even though John Cena and Nikki Bella split in 2018, some sources claim that he is still living in this property. And although the property is not for sale, some real estate websites estimate that Cena's mansion is currently valued at around $3,500,000. Ronaldo, on the other hand, has added a contemporary mansion in the Cascais area of Portugal to his property portfolio. The 29,000 square foot property has 3 floors and is being remodeled under the guidance of Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez. The exterior features 5,900 square feet of open space for outdoor leisure activities, as well as a large swimming pool and a garage for up to 20 cars. As reported, the price of the mansion is $11 million, but after the remodeling was completed, it was believed to be worth $21 million. However, with the complications that the work has been going through, it has still not been completed, and it is estimated that Ronaldo has already spent at least £28 million on the place. And for having a more valuable mansion, Cristiano Ronaldo wins this round. Point for him. The two tycoons are completely passionate about luxury vehicles, but which one owns the best car collection? John Cena, for example, has beautiful cars. Proof of this is that he has already made a series of videos showcasing part of his collection. The first car he bought with his first WWE paycheck was a 1989 Jeep Wrangler, a vehicle that, despite being valued at only $15,000, holds great emotional significance for Cena. He also owns a 2012 Range Rover Autobiography, a simple SUV for a celebrity like him, but ideal for everyday use and can be found costing around $40,000. However, one of the cheapest sports cars he owns is a 2013 Maserati Gran Turismo, a beautiful convertible that can be found costing around $70,000. Raising the price, he has already been spotted in his 2005 Aston Martin Vanquish S, which can be found costing around $20,000. And of course, Ferraris couldn't be missing from his garage, his cheapest being the 2004 model year 360 Spider, which can be found for around $120,000. Cena also owns a 2009 Lamborghini Gallardo in blooming green color, a sporty and nimble car, but definitely a little too small for a man as strong as he is, being valued at around $130,000. Another beautiful red Ferrari that is part of his collection is the 2007 model F430 Spider, whose price is estimated at around $140,000. He also owns a 2007 Ferrari 599 GTB, a beautiful car valued at $160,000. However, in white he owns a Ferrari 612 Scaglietti Auto 2009, a vehicle valued at $180,000. And for when John Cena wants to take a more sophisticated ride, he can make use of his 2009 Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, a sophisticated convertible car valued at around $200,000. Mercedes vehicles couldn't be left out either, with him owning a 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG valued at $240,000. Going even more powerful, he owns a 2009 Lamborghini Murcielago Coupe, a super-fast car that can be found costing around $350,000. One of the most legendary vehicles in his garage, meanwhile, is his 2006 Ford GT, a rare car that can be worth upwards of $400,000. However, one of the most expensive cars in his collection is believed to be a 2008 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, a supercar valued at over $500,000. Meanwhile, Cristiano Ronaldo's garage has vehicles such as Camaro convertible $45,000, Mercedes AMG GLE 63 for $115,000, Audi RS7 for $155,000, Bentley Continental $200,000, Porsche 911 Turbo S for $210,000, Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG Coupe for $250,000, Rolls-Royce Ghost for $340,000, Rolls-Royce Cullinan for $350,000, Maserati Gran Cabrio $350,000, Ferrari Purosangue for $398,000, Lamborghini Aventador for $400,000, Ferrari 599 GTO for $410,000, Brabus G800 $450,000, Ferrari F12 TDF $480,000, Rolls-Royce Phantom $500,000, McLaren Senna $1 million, and even a beautiful Bugatti Veyron, a super sports car made especially for those who like speed. The vehicle is so fast and powerful that it can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds and is capable of reaching a top speed of an incredible 253 miles per hour. And it's no wonder that this unbelievable car can cost as much as $2.5 million. CR7 also owns a spectacular Bugatti Chiron, a super sports car well known for being one of the fastest and most luxurious vehicles in the world. To give you an idea of how powerful this car is, it can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds, reaching a top speed of an unbelievable 261 miles per hour. And to buy this supercar, it's estimated that Cristiano Ronaldo must have spent around $3.1 million. But without a doubt, Cristiano Ronaldo's most expensive car is a Bugatti Cento DXi, a mega-exclusive super sports car, only 10 of which are manufactured worldwide. This unbelievable car has a 1,600 horsepower engine, can accelerate from 0 to 100 in top speed electronically limited to 236 miles per hour. No wonder Ronaldo had to shell out around $12 million to buy this supercar. In other words, Cristiano Ronaldo wins this round. Point for him.
We trade with Exness. We take advantage of the best pricing on gold and oil, the lowest, tightest, and most stable, even during market-moving events. Trade with the best pricing in the market.
Exness, born to trade.
Both athletes own beautiful properties throughout the United States, but who has the most valuable property portfolio in the country? John Cena had, for example, a mansion in San Diego, California. On the YouTube channel of John Cena's ex-fiancée, some footage of the property's interior can be seen. We can see that the decor of the house is older, but that everything is still in perfect condition. There is a strong presence of wood, especially in the huge living room, which features several sophisticated details. It was possible to see that the environment has a fireplace, foosball table, and even a pool table. Going down to the basement, there is a wine cellar with a capacity for hundreds of bottles, something that surely the couple must have really liked. And while there isn't a lot of information about this estate, it likely cost quite a bit of money. Randy Orton, on the other hand, one of the most notable properties he's ever owned was a brick and stone house in the St. Charles area. The property, which currently has 5,400 square feet, was built in 2013, the same year the fighter acquired it. Among the main rooms in the property are an open-plan living room with wooden floors and a floor-to-ceiling stone fireplace. The gourmet kitchen is equipped with modern appliances, custom cabinets, and a chef's island with granite countertops. The house also has another family room with a fireplace and 5 bedrooms that look very cozy. One of them is the master suite, which has walk-in closets with dark wood cabinets and an exquisite bathroom with a double vanity. The property includes other amenities, such as a laundry room, a media room, a gym space with mirrors, a bar for get-togethers, a recreation area, and even a safe room with a steel door. Outside, the landscaped grounds are more than 14,300 square feet, with wooden decks to take in the views from the property. According to some sources, the fighter disposed of this property in 2016, when he managed to sell it for $775,000. Today, some websites estimate that the property is worth more than $1.1 million. CR7, on the other hand, in 2015, the football star decided to buy a flat on New York's famous Fifth Avenue in the United States, more specifically in the Trump Tower building, a development founded and built by former President Donald Trump. The property is 2,500 square feet and has a very classic and luxurious decor with, for example, black and white limestone floors and many wood-paneled walls. And of course, an athlete like him couldn't do without a fitness room. But it's the fantastic view from the flat that really stands out. From the window you can see the beautiful and well-known Central Park, a super prime area with one of the most valuable square meters in the world. According to media reports, he paid around $18.5 million to buy the property, but he now wants to sell it for less than half the price, around $7.8 million. And since we don't know the price of John Cena's old property, we'll consider this round a draw. Points for both. Both businessmen love to travel by private aircraft, but who has the most expensive jet at their disposal? John Cena, for example, has already been spotted getting out of a Dassault Falcon 20F, a small executive jet, ideal for interstate travel. The interior of the aircraft is very sophisticated, with it being able to carry up to 6 passengers while offering a lot of comfort for all those who go aboard. And it's no wonder that the price of a new aircraft of this model is estimated at $4 million. But in case the fighter had just chartered it, it's possible he spent around $10,000 for each flight hour. Cristiano Ronaldo is not far behind. One of the jets he has had is a Gulfstream G200, a sophisticated, medium-sized, high-performance twin-engine executive aircraft. The interior of the aircraft is very comfortable and spacious, where Cristiano Ronaldo has already shared photos showing his improvised bed. The aircraft can carry up to 10 passengers, and it's no wonder it can cost up to $6 million. The football star's most expensive jet, on the other hand, is the Gulfstream G650, one of the most modern, fastest, and longest-range aircraft available on the market in this segment. The interior of the aircraft has a luxurious finish, can carry up to 18 people, and offers excellent ergonomics. And to have this super jet at your disposal at all times, you need to invest a real fortune. Depending on the model and year, it can cost up to $70 million. In other words, Cristiano Ronaldo wins this round. Point for him. As well as being two famous athletes, they are also great businessmen. But who is the most successful in the business world? One of John Cena's most recent investments is in the drinks industry, being one of the founders of Thomas Ashbourne, a brand of ready-to-drink cocktails that promises to be very successful in the coming years. Another source of Cena's income is through music, having already released a rap album titled You Can't See Me. John Cena is also very prominent in the dubbing business, with his biggest highlight being with the main character in the animated film Ferdinand. On television, Cena is often invited to make special appearances, even working as host of the children's show airing on Nickelodeon's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Social media can also be considered another source of income for John Cena. This is because he has tens of millions of followers on several different platforms. In his Facebook page alone, for example, he has over 50 million followers, a huge audience that he makes use of in order to publicize his main events and products. And because he is a very famous personality, he also manages to make a lot of money from his image by advertising for various companies. Among the brands that have already invested to associate their image to the wrestler are, for example, beer company Michelob Ultra, Gillette Razors, new Mountain Dew soft drink, snack company Tacos Fuego, sportswear company Tap Out, Crocs shoes, hefty disposable products, fast food chain Subway, Fruity Pebbles cereal, and many others. To get an idea of values, it is estimated that just his commercial with the data analysis company Experian, he may have made him around $1 million. Cristiano Ronaldo, on the other hand, taking advantage of the fact that he is known as a super stylish man, he decided to create his own shop, known as CR7, where he sells underwear, glasses, perfumes, and other products. And to give you an idea of its success, the shop's Instagram alone has more than 10 million followers. Being an athlete who loves to exercise, Cristiano Ronaldo also founded CR7 Fitness by Crunch in 2021, a gym for those who want to work out like him, which is expanding across Spain and Portugal. The star has also teamed up with tennis player Rafael Nadal to open at least 2 restaurant chains, called Toto, which serves traditional Italian recipes, based in Madrid, and Tadel, which offers dishes inspired by Spanish cuisine, with branches in Ibiza, Beverly Hills, and Doha. Being a very vain man and concerned about his appearance, the player also became a partner in Insperia, a hair transplant clinic with around 15 units in Portugal and Spain, which makes tens of millions of euros a year. Ronaldo also invests in the hotel business, being a partner in the Pestana chain, the largest hotel conglomerate in Portugal. This partnership was responsible for creating the Pestana CR7 Hotels, a line of luxury hotels themed around the football star, which turned 7 in 2023. And to give you an idea of the size of the deal, just one of the units set to open in Paris required an investment of around 60 million euros. As CR7 seems to make the most profit from his businesses, he wins this round. As 2 celebrities from the world of sport, there's no doubt that they've made a lot of money during their glittering careers. But which one has the bigger fortune? John Cena, for his part, was once considered the most important figure in the WWE, being responsible for starring in the most profitable fights, besides being one of the biggest sellers of licensed products using his image. And it's no wonder he's considered one of the highest paid wrestlers in the world. But John Cena's ambitions go far beyond wrestling. He seems to want to follow the same path as his ringmate The Rock, who has become one of Hollywood's biggest movie stars. And that's why Cena has started acting more and more, taking some good roles in increasingly relevant films. The amount he gets paid for each performance depends a lot on the importance of his role and the size of the production's budget. To get a sense of values, it's estimated that he received about $260,000 for The Marine and $2,500,000 for Trainwreck. And it's very likely that his biggest payday will be in Fast and Furious 9, a film that is part of one of the most successful franchises in movie history, in which John Cena has acted as the main villain, something that must have earned him a few $1 million. And most recently, Cena has been hard at work with his superhero character on the Peacemaker series airing on HBO Max. And if you consider all of the fighter's sources of income in a year, Forbes magazine estimated that in 2016 he made almost $10 million. And while no one knows for sure just how much wealth Big John Cena has amassed, many sources speculate that currently, at the peak of his 45 years of age, he has already amassed a net worth of over $80 million. Ronaldo, for his part, is not far behind. As a Juventus player alone, for example, he was one of the highest paid athletes in the world at the time, with a salary of around 31 million euros a year. In 2023, when he joined Al Nassr Football Club, Cristiano Ronaldo became the highest paid player in the history of the sport, earning around $200 million a season, thanks to a 2.5-year contract that will see him earn an incredible $535 million by 2025. And although these are impressive figures, that's not all the money Cristiano Ronaldo usually pockets, as he is an influential man who earns huge amounts from advertising. And the reason for this is very simple. He is none other than the celebrity with the most followers on Instagram, with more than 620 million followers who follow his posts on the platform. And it's because of this ability to influence people that the world's biggest brands are willing to invest a fortune to link their image to him, such as Nike, which has a lifetime contract with the athlete, paying around 24 million euros a year. And it's no wonder that sources say that in 2019, Cristiano Ronaldo earned around $47.8 million from his paid Instagram posts alone, and even more than $1 million for just one photo. And to give you an idea of Cristiano Ronaldo's fortune, according to an estimate made by Forbes magazine in 2020, he became the first player in the history of football to earn more than $1 billion over the course of his career. But with all the taxes the star has to pay in business investments, his net worth is currently believed to be over $600 million. And because he has a bigger fortune, Cristiano Ronaldo wins this final round. At the end of this fight, we have 1 point for John Cena against 6 points for Cristiano Ronaldo, who wins this battle handily. But if you think there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below.